If you're a home service business that wants to find out how much should you charge for your affiliate program, how much should you be buying leads for from a lead vendor, from an appointment vendor even, I'll talk about that later as a caveat. But if you want to find out how much should you be charging for a lead from an affiliate, then here's a quick video and a quick guide from a home service agency and a lead vendor that works with home service businesses. And hey, I'm Carl Stoy, the founder of Stoy Media. And over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, we've been helping service businesses scale by filling up their pipeline with qualified people ready to talk and getting them more opportunities to close projects. But let's talk about how to find out your allowable cost per lead, because I've talked at length on this channel about affiliate programs, about how if you just set up an affiliate program, you can consistently get leads at your price and just have people do the marketing for you on their own channels or on branded channels where it just has your brand on it too, which allows them to get a lower cost per lead. And so let's kind of run through this and what you should charge per lead. So let's start at your cost to acquire, your CAC. How much are you willing to pay for a project? And you can of course find this out, but I would recommend that you start by asking around. Ask your buddies who run the same thing in the same area, not you're an Illinois roofer and calling someone down in Florida, because a Florida roofer may be getting a project for $1,500 per project, which is, it's pretty reasonable right now, especially with the market. You've got oil prices rising. Basically everything that's required to do roofing is reliant on the oil price. And so it's getting a little crazy. Homeowners are like, let me just wait. Let me wait until prices get a little bit better because it's getting nuts. So let's talk about your cost to acquire, which, as I mentioned, I recommend that you ask someone in your area for what they're paying per project. But if you're a roofing company, which we'll use as an example, if you're a window company, siding, gutters, whatever, just follow along and put in your cost to acquire. But I'll put in an average cost to acquire for a roofing company. Just make sure that you're realistic in your numbers. So cost to acquire for a roofing company, I'd say $1,000 per project is very reasonable. From there, you want to find out what your close rate is. So we'll say 30% as an industry average, and then your set rate. So if I give you 10 leads, how many are you going to turn into an appointment consistently? And there's many factors that play into a good set rate, but we'll say 30% as industry average. I made a different video on how to increase your set rate, and the fact that calling your leads within 5 minutes is 19-year-old advice. You better be calling your leads within 1 minute. That study that says 5 minutes came out in 2007. It's 2026, guys. Let's use today's numbers and today's metrics on how fast you should be calling your leads, but a little caveat here. So get your close rate and find out how many appointments does it take to get one sale. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory since we're already at the top. One close, so it'd be 1 divided by your close rate, which, by the way, if you say your close rate is 90% and you just do insurance work or storm work or referrals, you're not going to have a 90% close rate. It's going to be a lot lower. So we'll say about 30, so 0.3. So 1 divided by your close rate, 0.3, equals 3 appointments to get a sale. From here, you can actually find out what your ideal cost per appointment is going to be, because you can just do 1,000 divided by 3 and find out what your ideal cost per appointment is if you have appointment vendors. So you can find out, okay, what are we willing to give up? And then what are we going to be able to pay per appointment consistently? Now from there, you want to find out what your set rate is, because if you have 3 appointments, you need to have more leads than 3 to be able to set that appointment. So 3 divided by your set rate, 0.3. And so from there, you're gonna find out it's gonna take 9 to 10 leads to just get 1 appointment. So we'll just say 10 to be generous, because realistically, 3 divided by 0.3 is gonna be 9 with a bunch of numbers after it. But you always get that 1 fake lead, or maybe something just shifts randomly. So we'll just say 10. You need about 10 leads to get 3 appointments to be able to get 1 close. And from there, you're able to work all the numbers back and say, okay, it takes 10 leads. So we'll actually mark this. So 10 leads, 3 appointments, and be able to go 10, well, it's actually 1,000, divided by 10 leads gets you $100 per lead. So there you go. That's your affordable math. You find out what are we willing to pay for a job and work your way backwards through your close rate and your set rate to find out what are we willing to pay per lead. And if you're looking to actually get leads for roof replacements or siding replacements or things of that nature and willing to just pay on a pay per lead basis, then there's going to be a link in the description where you can apply to work with us, see if we may be a good fit, book a call. And I wanna just caveat this really quickly. If this number is too low, if you're looking for a $20 lead, I would recommend that you reevaluate. Because here's the thing, if you force affiliates to do a $20 lead, all you're going to end up doing is forcing them to have a really sketchy, really aggressive lead generation process. And I can put up some photos on screen.
Why the hell are seniors not being told they qualify for a fully covered window upgrade?
Oh, you're talking about the Senior Window Initiative. Seniors can actually fully
But it's things like government programs. It's AI videos of government officials talking about the 2026 roof replacement or 2026 gutter replacement program for VAs or VA benefit for roof replacements. And it's really aggressive stuff. Or I've seen even crazier things like get a free roofing system. Let our company try our free roofing system on your roof. All you're going to do is force affiliates to have a really aggressive lead generation process, which if you just paid them right the first time, they would have gotten you real leads. They would have gotten you quality stuff off the gate. And so I recommend if your lead price is like $20 or $30 per lead, and you're not just paying for phone calls to start cold dialing or homeowners' phones to start cold dialing, a realistic paid ad lead is probably gonna be like 100 to 120 or in the low end 75. So I really recommend that you give them a healthy margin for an affiliate, or else they're gonna start getting really dirty. You're gonna start getting some black hat stuff. You may not even get TCPA compliant leads, which really puts a bad look on your brand, because don't forget, you may not be growing your brand from the outside because people are coming in on this non-branded thing that just says get a free quote for, and then it just connects you with a roofing company or a siding company or whatever you do. It's just get a free quote and then it just connects you with someone. And so eventually it does connect you with you. So when they go through the whole process, they're going to attribute these scammy VA benefit, government official, fake government officials with your company, which ruins your brand, doesn't put a good look on your customer service, and is just going to get you a lot of, to put it lightly, bad people in the door. So it's going to not be very good if you try and squeeze affiliates out of all their money. And if you do that, you're not going to get any affiliates. And if you do, it's going to be really aggressive stuff that it's not even going to be worth the money. So if you have any questions, the comments are there. And if you're interested in potentially paying per lead for whatever service you do, then click one of the links in the description. You can schedule a call and be able to talk about, hey, are we going to be a good lead vendor for you?